No, he's all on his own at the moment. Red shirts are making ground into the penalty area now, and that's Chiesa, and there goes Diogo Jota. Nice ball for Gakpo. He's going to drive for a goal, and he scores.
Lovely turn by Alexander-Arnold, hold off two Southampton players, and a through ball, and Darwin Núñez is one-on-one here. The keeper slips, and it's a goal.
It's another ball. Oh, there it is. It's Virgil van Dijk. Seals their place in the final for 2025.
So on to Sunday then. It's your first final as Liverpool head coach. How much are you looking forward to it?
A lot. Not only because it's a final, not only because we played with Liverpool, also because it's at Wembley. It's an iconic stadium for English people, but also for Dutch people. So it's a great occasion to be in, and especially after losing against Paris Saint-Germain, we are really looking forward to playing this final now against, again, a very good and well managed team by Eddie Howe with Newcastle.
You just mentioned last night there. Is this almost a perfect game though? Because there's no time to dwell on what happened last night really. It's full focus now on Sunday and a final in Wembley.
Yeah, it's maybe the perfect game, but I think our 9 games in the league are going to be finals as well. So if we had to play for the league on Sunday, I think we would have been up for it also. But yeah, it's always nice to play for a trophy. It's always nice to win something. Although it's 9 finals in the Premier League, the upcoming game will not be the one where we can win something. So now this is the last game of the tournament, and it's against Newcastle. So it's going to be an interesting occasion and something to look forward to.
There will obviously still be a massive prize to play for after this game, but this is an opportunity to win a trophy in March, which would be massive in its own right.
Yeah, we've tried to win every competition we were in. Unfortunately, we're already out of the FA Cup. Unfortunately, after yesterday, we're out of the Champions League as well. So there are now only 2 trophies for us to win. And I think in general the Premier League is the hardest one to win of all of them, because it's 38 games and you have to do so many things well. Cups and even Champions League, although those are played over 2 rounds, are easier to win, but still very difficult. But yeah, now it's nice that we are in the final and having a chance to win our first trophy.
Liverpool go into this final as holders of the trophy as well after what was an incredible day at Wembley last year. I know you watched so many games and even training sessions before you arrived. Did you watch that final live or did you watch it back afterwards?
No, we played that day, I remember. But I think the game was played a bit later than we played that moment. So maybe I saw last parts of it or I saw some highlights. I do remember texting Pepijn afterwards because I knew how much the academy meant and still means for him. And that for the whole club, but definitely also for him, it was a big moment that all these academy players were on the pitch winning a final. So I do remember texting him after that game. And it was a special day for the club, as it's always a special day if you play a final.
What did it say about the spirit and the togetherness, do you think, of the club with both the players and the supporters coming together to win against all odds, really, on that day?
Yeah, maybe. Although if Liverpool plays a final, there's always a good chance or a fair chance that they can win it. But you mean with so many injuries and Chelsea with the squad they had back then and still have, it was massive for Liverpool to win it with, in the end, so many youngsters on the pitch. But this final tells me also, again, the importance of set pieces, because it was a set piece where Liverpool scored from, and yesterday I think we had 13 set pieces. We came so close of scoring a goal. In the end, we even hit the post. Yeah, these are the margins of football, and we all know, especially after what Arsenal did in this league for the last 1 or 2 years, the importance of set pieces became even more and more obvious. And this goal of Virgil also tells us the importance of set pieces.
Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right in saying this will be the first time you've managed or coached a team at Wembley.
Yeah.
Have you been to the stadium at all? Have you ever visited to watch a game or anything?
No, I haven't. So I've already said it's not only for English people, an iconic stadium, but also for Dutch people. I think my first memory I had of the stadium was when Ronald Koeman scored for Barcelona, their winner in the Champions League. And afterwards some Holland versus England games have been played over there. I think the Euros have been played there. Maybe even Holland against England with Paul Gascoigne being really good in that game was played over there. So I knew when I came to England it was special to go to Villa, to go to United, to go to Arsenal, go to all these clubs, Newcastle, all these clubs with great stadiums. I'm really happy that after Sunday, Wembley is also on my list of stadiums that I've managed.
It's tradition in English football that the managers and coaches lead the teams out of the tunnel. I'm not sure if that's the same in the Netherlands for cup finals. No, I know it's all about the team and the collective, but that will be a very proud moment for you, I'm sure, to lead the team out.
Not maybe because that walk of 50 meters or 100 meters, I don't know what it is. I think I'm always proud to be the manager of this team. And I don't need to walk out with them to feel proud. Yesterday I felt really proud as well because how hard our players worked. That is something to be proud of, I think. And now it's nice to lead the team out, but I always feel, even if I'm not walking with them, that I have to lead the team. Ask me afterwards what feeling I have about that. But it's nice to be involved in a final. And after my 2-match suspension, I'm happy that I can be on the line again.
And the final comes at the end of what's been a relentless run of fixtures as well. Although there's so many other players will just be going straight off onto international duty, so it's not really a break. Does it help the fact that this is at the end of that run? Because there's no Premier League game in 3 days' time to think about, so the players can just pour everything they have into this final. Yeah.
But these players have given everything they've got in every single game they've played over an amount of 7 or 8 months. Today you always try to reflect on our loss yesterday. And one of the things I'm really curious to see is Paris Saint-Germain did have a winter break and their intensity levels over 2 games were very high. We coped that intensity levels yesterday. Maybe we even went above them yesterday where they were on top of us last week. But they had this break in the winter. So are they at their peak now or can they even go on? And we've been on a relentless streak of games for 4 months now. So interesting to see how other teams are going to do, like Paris Saint-Germain. Can they keep doing this? What I know, we've been doing this for 4 months in a row now without any rest in between. And yes, tomorrow is or Sunday is definitely a game where we will go all in again. But it's also a quality of Newcastle. They are a team that can play on a high intensity like Paris Saint-Germain, like us. And that's why Paris Saint-Germain went to the next round. And that's why Newcastle reached the final, because that's more than football. You need intensity to win games.
You mentioned Newcastle there. You've already come up against them twice this season, including very recently at Anfield. Is that helpful for you, both the coaches and the players, that you have such recent experience of playing against them?
Yeah, it's always helpful, but it's helpful for both teams because players have felt the quality of the other team. That's why I'm always more interested in the second leg in Europe than in the first leg, because then both managers know what to expect, both teams know what to expect, and then you're interested to see how is the second leg, where did we win things, where did the other team did better. And that's why, again, I was so happy with our performance yesterday. Now looking at Newcastle, we played them twice. Last game, Isak wasn't involved. The game before, he was involved. He's such an important player for them. He's an unbelievable threat. Has the speed, for example, that the attackers of Paris Saint-Germain had yesterday as well. And they were more than I would have liked in front of Ali during the 2 games we played them. So we need to do even better than we did yesterday if you look at the way we have to defend the counter-attacks. But for large parts of the game yesterday, over 90 minutes, I couldn't have asked for more.
Are your preparations made a little bit trickier by the fact that they will be missing a couple of a few key players, and there's maybe uncertainty over a couple more as well, because you can't be completely certain really about what their lineup is going to be.
No, but I think in this part of the season, every team misses players, so we will miss a few as well. That's normal. The good thing about the Premier League is that almost every team has a lot of money, so they have more than only 11 good players. We are an example of that, but Newcastle is also an example of that. So yes, I think Eddie would have loved to play Anthony Gordon, but let's wait how Trent is on Sunday. But if he's not available, I would have loved to play Trent as well. And if he's not available, then I would have loved to play Connor, which is certainly not available. Then again, when it comes to the Premier League, I still have Jura Kwanzaa, who played a great game yesterday when he came in. So that tells you the quality of every squad in the Premier League for us, but also for Newcastle.
And just finally, the atmosphere those Liverpool fans who will have tickets and at Wembley, who are going to be at Wembley, will be incredible. Do you have a message for them and also the millions of Liverpool fans who will be watching this game around the world?
Yeah, it's going to be massive again. Yesterday, it were not only the two teams that played on the pitch that were impressive. I think both fans were impressive as well. So the fans of Paris Saint-Germain were loud. Our fans were incredibly loud as well. And I think we can expect the same on Sunday. Both fan bases will be there for their teams to support. And the only thing I can ask for and we can ask for is give us the same support as they always do. And if they do this, hopefully bring the best out of our players. And hopefully we then have a bit more luck than we had yesterday evening.